I think it is a bit of a false question, right? We are saying women in senior role. I think we should just say what are the qualities we look for people to go in senior roles, irrespective of women or not women. So if you look at that from a middle management perspective, the biggest quality is relationship building, at least from the way I think. Somebody who can build a relationship, who can work in a pretty fluid situation, ever-changing situation, man or woman, doesn't matter. Those are two qualities that one has to have to get into a senior position, just because things are so dynamic. You never know what's going to happen, so you better be, those are the intrinsic things you need to have. Then the third element really is obviously having the capability to see the bigger picture. What are the things am I going to do which will have ramifications where, or why is the overall organization doing something and how does it impact me? Those kinds of things. So I would say the third is obviously the big picture. I think it's a must-have. And the way I see it is business and financial understanding. Think of it as a business acumen overall. If you don't have it, you can't make a real impact. And the way I like to see it as an analogy, the way we play cricket, right? There will be obviously there are rules of the game. Then there is if you're playing say a 5-day test match, there are the overall strategy that you would think I would like to do. And then the third is session by session things that happen. Now change happens, the rain comes, okay, so I need to do something else, or whatever my wickets fall, I need to do something else. So those are, let's say, session by session. So how does this relate to a corporate? Think of it, the rules are really your financial nuts and bolts, the P&L. One has to have a basic understanding of what revenue means, what cost means, where do they go, and what is the implication. But that's not enough. Second element really is I need to understand market dynamics. What's my competition doing? What did they do this year? What are they going to announce next year, and so on and so forth. So that is like akin to saying session by session game. And third is really, okay, so what's my company's 3-year vision? And that's like saying that's the 5-day vision I have for my cricket game. So you can see that if I don't understand any or all of these, then I probably won't. I'm surely not going to become the captain of the team. I might be one player which might just be bringing drinks, if you will. Actually, I think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? We have the perception, and then we will talk about it, and we'll make it happen. So no, I think we should say if you are in the technology world, I think a good chunk of middle managers actually are not comfortable because they have come from a non-financial background. So they're good in finance, good in technology side, but they will say, why do I need to know about numbers? So I would say women, not women, but yes, I think at least in the technology world, many people are not conversant about the basic things that we have talked about. And again, building on the earlier one, yes, what topics? I think it is those. Actually, I feel both sides. Numbers, really, the spreadsheets, what does each of these elements, line items mean? What is the impact? Struggle, I would say, is just people just don't want to get into it. The second element is, I think, the intrinsic, maybe non-interest in understanding what's happening in the business world. Right? What's happening to my competition? Probably, I think it's just either you have an interest or you don't, and I think a good chunk of people probably aren't following their competition because it doesn't impact us on a day-to-day, deliverables that we are working. So I think it's not difficult to do, but yes, I think probably people feel a discomfort in, talking about these areas. Again, I say a topic which is must-have is, okay, leave alone if you can't do the financial detail nuts and bolts, the financial acumen part, meaning understanding the business I am in. Understanding, and it starts with saying what business unit do I work in, what is it trying to do, where does that business unit fits in within the overall the business that I am in, the company I am in. So I think people are just not getting more into it. I think that is a must-have. You've got to understand it. You've got to understand again what's the market dynamics. Between the two, if you understand, automatically the right questions one would start to ask. To do is please read. I think one has to, if you don't have a habit of reading business magazine, business news, then one has to build that. That's a non-negotiable. So build that. Second element also is creation of your own personal advisory group kind. Have your own set of people who with whom you would brainstorm. You could actually ask any question, and no question is stupid at that stage. Be open to it, and then let them guide. Third is really, this is something, one has to put step by step. So I mean, I wouldn't go as much as weekly, but have a monthly goal. Okay, so what am I trying to understand? Which business am I trying to understand? Am I understanding this more? And fourth is really get involved in your company in lots of outside your group activity, which could be, there could be a committee being formed to solve some problem or to look at something. Get involved in that, because just by doing that, one would understand what are the other levers in the company that drives the business. So I think those are the 3-4 things one should do to, but keep a goal, have a very specific goals, 30, 90, 100-day plan to get to that.